All right. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Papetbahay. Ako pong inyong host. My name is Nicolo. Yay! Here on Puppet Bahay, we talk about anyone or anything that has to do with puppets. That's right. If you remember a few weeks ago, before we had a season break, our guest was Ace Philip Jose Galit, also known as Shadow Ace. If you missed that episode, all you have to do is check out the Puppet Bahay playlist here on Facebook and on YouTube. Today, we have another special guest. That's right. Today, we are joined by an educator, a storyteller, a painter, and of course, a ventriloquist. That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome on the stream Miss Rina Tiangco. Yay!
Hello! Yay! Magandang hapon sa lahat ng mga nakikinig at sa lahat ng mga nanonood. Welcome, welcome! Hello,
That's right.
Nicolo!
Irina, welcome to the show. We are so excited to have you. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and live on Kumu. Say hello to all our friends on Kumu.
Hello! Lahat-lahat! Kumu Facebook Live!
That's right. We're
Alright.
saying hello to Make Me Brave 23. Hey, it's me again, Tess Sam, and everybody on Kumu and all our friends here on Facebook and on YouTube. All right. Rina, before we start the interview, tell us about yourself muna. Pakilala ka muna. Go ahead.
Yes, my name is Rina Tiangco, and I am an educator. I love teaching kids, especially toddlers, early reading. So that was my bread and butter. And eventually, I moved sometime in the States and then went to Japan. I lived some years in Japan, and now I'm actually back because I just celebrated my senior year. And because of that, I am now into ventriloquism. But I'm also a painter, as you can see from my background. And I just published a book about my paintings and poems. So, what can I say? I'm a woman with many hats. As long as we are with energy, with enthusiasm, inai tayo, then we can achieve almost anything. But at this time of pandemic, medyo kailangan ingat-ingat lang po tayo because it's a tough, challenging time. So that's why I was into ventriloquism. I actually discovered this through a Baptist church. And from then, I said, oh, I want to get into it. Gusto kong matuto niyan. So I started volunteering for kids. So meron kami mga missions, and that's what started my ventriloquism. Yes.
All right. Wow, that's so cool. You are so active, and we are so happy to have you as part of the world of ventriloquism in the Philippines. I understand you are a new member of the International Ventriloquist Society Philippines. That right?
Yes, excited nga ako kasi na-discover kami, 18 yata kami. Sabi ko, paano kaya akong matututo? Paano kaya ako gagaling sa ventriloquism? Kailangan namin ng mga senior mentors na magtuturo sa amin. Kasi ayun lang naman na eh. Di ba? There is no such thing as age. Any age, we are open to learn. Kaya salamat po, nagbigyan kami ng opportunity. And we are excited to give activities para maitaas natin ang level ng ventriloquism dito sa Pilipinas. And then, who knows, sa mundo, di ba po, Nicolo?
Yes, Rina. We are actually very excited. The senior members of IVS Philippines are actually very excited about the new members. Kasi you're all very good, very active, and very passionate. Pero bago natin puntahan yung IVS, Rina, I hope you don't mind if I call you Rina kahit 7 years old lang ako. Or do you want me to call you Ate Rina?
Ay, hindi, okay na yung Rina. Ayan naman
Okay
eh,
na
tayo
nga
naman,
eh.
di ba? Di
Yeah,
ba?
tayo lang
Lahat
naman
naman
eh.
tayo,
So,
ageless. Ageless
that's
tayo,
right. Yeah,
ageless.
okay.
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
Rina, first, where did you learn the art of throwing your voice, the art of ventriloquism? In Tagalog, baka maraming hindi nakakaalam, ventriloquism is tapon tinig. Tapon tinig. So where did you learn the art of ventriloquism?
Well, first off, I found it on video. And there was the basic. So you can find that on video, Durham. And then from then on, I practiced kasi sa Baptist. So they were into making puppets. But okay, so I attended that. So one day we made the puppet. And then eventually, when I did that, mas nag-enjoy ako na nagpa-public speaking because I'm a storyteller by profession also. So I said, I want to get into it. Gusto ko yan. And that was 3 years ago on to the pandemic. Oo, nagpa-pandemic na. Siguro mga after March, I remember. And then I was in a party of a fellow Christian group where my brother also invited me, and that's where it started. I saw the puppet, and the puppet was moved. Well, he was moving his tongue. He said, "Sige nga, pahiram nga ng puppet mo ako din." So I started playing with it, and I said, "Oh, sige, sige, next week let's do this." I have enough time to actually sit down and make the puppet, and that's why na buo ang aking puppet na si Mr. A. Eh, gusto ko nagtuturo. Kaya usually kids, nagagamit ko siya sa mga kids. Meron akong online teaching. So, ayoko nabobore yung mga kids. So, ginagamit ko na si Mr. A habang nagtuturo ako. Doon nagsimula si Mr. A. Actually, it means
Wow.
A, B, C.
Oh, cool. Mr. A. Mamaya ba can we meet him or can we meet Mr. A later? Andiyan ba siya? Wala.
Nandito siya.
O
Excited nga
mamaya.
siya. Matulog nga siya para magkaroon ng super energy. Oo, oo, oo.
Sabihin mo mamaya save his energy muna. We will ask him to go out later. Kasi ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin itong kasi sabi mo birthday mo. Teka, hulaan ko. Yesterday?
Ay, paano mo alam? Teka, yesterday was 9? Hindi 9.
Ay, hindi yesterday. Saturday. Ano ba kapo? Saturday.
Yes. So it's the day before yesterday. The day before
Oh,
yesterday, it's on the infinity number. Hulaan mo.
right. On the 8th. Galing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oo, oo,
belated
oo.
happy
Yan ang
birthday,
aking puppet.
Rina.
Thank
And I
you.
understand that you also just released or published a book. What's this book about?
Yes, it's a book about my paintings. And through the years, I thought that, I'm a cancer survivor. In the year 2023, I had my cancer, and I didn't even know that I could paint. The only arts that I knew was communication arts. And I had a dream. And in my dream, I saw that I was a painter with all the colors of the rainbow. So I said, how could that be? So when I woke up, guess what happened? Well, I had my canvas and I put all the color of the rainbows, and it actually looks like, I don't know what it was, but it certainly was to me, made me happy and made me smile. And because of that, I have the biggest smile. And I thought, I want to do this. And so my fellow painters, because they also put different colors on their canvas, they started inspiring me. I had no formal training, but when I sat down, that's when I realized that 3 consecutive years I started painting. And so I put up exhibits, and these are a collection of my paintings. Some of them are sold, some of them with my best friends, some of them with my family, with my patrons. So it's a collection of poems like example, my dad also write poems, and my family, lahat sila. It was so inspiring, and everybody just got into it. So there was a rush of poems na nag-submit sila. Sabi ko, narrative lang, pero nag-submit sila ng mga poems. Kaya, eto. O teka, Nicolo, ano ang similarity, ano ang pagkakapareho ng fart, ng utot, at saka ng poem, ng tula? Alam mo ba kung ano?
Teka muna, parang mahirap yan Similarity ng fight and ng poem?
Ng poem, oo!
Meron ba?
meron. May isip ka ng malalim. O sige lalami. Kung
Isipin ko,
malalim
teka,
na
teka,
malalim. Yung medyo may kasamang culture. Mm-mm.
similarity ng fart and hindi ko maisip, Rina eh.
Ay, talaga? Alright, eto na. Very profound and cultural ang sagot. It both comes from a didan, from a poet.
Tama. Alright.
Diba, diba? Oo. It
Ito, Wanlo,
both
may bago na tayong joke. Alright.
oo.
So show us naman some of the pages of your book.
Right, okay.
What's
So,
which one is your
actually,
favorite ano ba? Which one
well,
is your
this
favorite
Oh,
painting?
well, this one, it's my self portrait of the young me. And this is in a Lang Ai festival up in the north, in the mountain province, where we really took time and effort to be there. You know, when you read this, it talks about me. So I'm just going to read the first few lines. Do you have the attitude of a salesman? Or do you have the attitude of a beauty queen? Practicing the walk, learning how to speak with confidence? Or do you have the attitude of a boxer, getting knocked down, staying in the fight, and still managing to win? It's easy to have that kind of attitude when you're winning, but reality is we don't always win. At times, you lose your business, a loved one, health, even your hair and your teeth. But win or lose, attitude is a choice. So, Nicolo, it talks about how we in our lives sometimes fail because we can certainly not win all the time. Sometimes we will lose our business. Sometimes at this pandemic, we will lose our health. But when we get into that situation, when we think that, hindi ko na kaya, ayoko na, when fear envelopes us, that's when surely wala ka ng vitamin D, tapos hindi ka na lumalabas, wala ka ng social life, yung hindi mo tinatawagan yung mga kaibigan mo. I actually had a friend, my senior, 10 years my senior, who, ayun, hindi ko na masabi. Pero yes, she passed away. She passed away with just by herself. Kasi parang in-isolate niya talaga yung sarili niya eh. Sa sobrang siguro takot, di ba? But bakit the color of your smile? Because we have all the colors. Imagine, like if one day you wake up with black and white and you see the people with no expression, no gratitude, no smile, no expression of their feelings. Isn't that a nightmare? But all of us, meron nga dyan na makulay ang buhay. Di ba? Sa GMA ba yun? Okay. But our lives is filled with colors. And the colors, like, say, for instance, me and my siblings, we went to Japan, we traveled, and we saw how pink the cherry blossom was, how green the grass was, because what made that even greener than green is the memories that we make with the colors and we bond with people, we experience actual life. And that's what makes it beautiful. So yung mga kulay ko dito, actually it's from not just the imagination, but from my experience. So example, we have the sinulog here, we have the lily pads here, we have magical balls eh. Ano kayang nagagawa niyan, ano? O may tulips, yeah? These tulips I've seen in different countries, especially when I was in Japan. Okay? So, ito yung ating festival, yung Pinagbenga, yung flower festival, and we have the mass festival. So, I realized it was more about the culture that we have. Talks about our culture, my identity as a Filipino, and the experience I've had. So, this is available on Amazon. So, they just check the color of your smile, or they can just direct message me kasi pag sa Amazon, it's gonna take 2 weeks. Pag sa akin, 2 days lang, bongga, kung pwede nga, 2 oras lang. So you can get this. straight to me, from me.
Alright. Okay. Again, it's the color of your smile from Rina Tiangco. We'd like to get a copy soon, Rina. Okay, we'll call you
Yes.
directly para hindi na Amazon. Amazon matagal pa eh. Okay, before we ask you the next question, we'd like to say hello to It's Me, Alan, on Kumu. He's looking for Tito Wanlu. It's me, Alan, on Kumu. Tito Wanlu's right beside me. Hindi siya magpapakita. Hindi na naman Tito Juan, lumaligo ka kasi paminsan-minsan para 'pag may naghahanap sa'yo, you can show yourself, okay? Sorry, it's me, Alan. Can't show himself. Besides, it's my show. It's Papetbahay with Nicolo, not with Tito Anlu. All right, today we are with Miss Rina Tiangco. She's a ventriloquist, a painter, a storyteller, and an educator, and one of the new members of IVS Philippines. Rina, speaking of new members of IVS Philippines, we have Marvin Marquez, one of the new members of IVS watching. He's saying, watching from Benguet, sir. Ayan. Thank you
Oh,
very much for
wow,
watching.
Benguet! Galing kami dyan.
Oo, naku,
Lumapit kami
siguro ang
dyan.
super lamig na naman ngayon doon, lalo
Yung
na
mga
ngayon.
High
Right?
Festival, oo, lahat ng mga taga Mountain Province, oo.
Yan, and Janelle is also watching on Facebook, and Jermaine De Castro. Go, Rina!
Ay,
You have a
hello!
team
Wow,
fan.
kasama ko yun sa Larga Vista kasi we are a group of hikers, well,
Oo.
mountaineers, but hindi na yung matataas na bundok. Social climbers in a way. Hindi naman. Pero we have, di ba? Okay. So, hi Jermaine, hi Jerms, love you. Birthday din niya ngayon, nung 9. Happy
Wow!
birthday!
Happy birthday,
Happy
Jermaine! Thank
birthday!
you very much for watching. Thank you very much for joining us. All right, Rina. Now let's talk about you as an educator. Kasi I saw on your Facebook page recently. I don't know if it was yesterday. And you did this thing with children. Was it a charity show of some sort?
Yes, it is. Actually, today I just came from Pampanga, and I also,
Oh,
it's a weekly thing that I do, and it's in the spirit of giving. So I give them, well, it's more on lessons, stories, lessons of example of giving, lessons of reading, actually. Oh, and syempre kasama ko si Mr. A. So I do that from time to time if my time allows me to do that. Yes, so it's
and
voluntary, it's a mission.
I saw that you gave out some toys and you did storytelling. And I won't be surprised if you also did the ventriloquism.
Oh yes, sinasama ko si Mr. A. Oo, pinapakanta ko siya. Oo, napipilitan nga siya kumanta. Eh. Parang, kakanta! Sabi niya, kakanta! Oo, kakanta ka.
All right, that's nice to know. We're very, very happy that we have so many people teka muna, may tumatawag. Sino yan? Wait, wait, wait. Somebody's calling. Rina, let me just take this call. Baka importante,
Sure.
ah.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
Yeah. Hello.
Ikaw, Nicolo,
Hmm?
matalino ka naman.
Huh?
Kaya gamitin mo yung talino mong bata ka
Yeah.
sa kabutihan, ha? Para di kita ipasundo sa DSWD.
Yeah. Hello, who's this? Sino yun? Sino
Parang kilala
ano?
ko yan.
Parang,
Kilala
parang
ko yun.
kilala ko yun.
Kilala ko. Kilala mo yan. Kilala natin lahat yan.
Kilala mo ba yun, Miss Rina? Kasi parang papasundo daw ko sa
Oo
DSWD.
nga,
Oh, no.
parang boses ng Pangulo. Teka, hindi ko
Teka,
makatok.
dapat hindi ko na sinabi. Ayan na naman,
Yan na
tumatawag
naman,
na
teka.
naman.
Ako,
Sagutin.
baka dito kumakatok din sa daliri. Ako sa daliri.
Sige, 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 sige. Sagutin mo muna yung baka andyan sa inyo, ha? Sasagutin ko ba to? Oh, no. Sige, sagutin natin. Teka, sino kaya ito?
Alam mo, Nicolo,
Yeah.
umayos ka. Kung ayaw mong ipagatong kita sa PSG ko, ha?
Yeah. Talaga naman si President, Mr. President, wag niyo naman ako pasundo tsaka sa DSWD tsaka ipagatong. Well, we're just kidding po. Of course, that's the talent of one of our members, one of our new members of IVS Philippines, si Marvin Marquez. That was the voice of Marvin Marquez. Thank you very much, Marvin. All right, let's bring back Rina with Mr. A. Rina, who is this, Mr. A?
Opo, opo, si Mr. A po ito. Hello! Ayan, bumati si
Hello.
Mr. A. Kamusta kayo?
Hello, Mr. A. You're so cute. Teka muna, Mr. Arena. Where did you get Mr. A? Did you make this one?
Opo, ginawa ko po siya. So, galing po siya sa wala. Tapos ngayon, eto na po. Medyo umaari-ari ba kung saan-saan nakakapunta.
Nga,
Opo. Mm-mm. Oo.
ang
Kahit
galing.
saan
Alam mo,
sasama ako. Kahit sasama ka talaga. Oo naman. Oo naman daw. Oo.
Rina, pinapabilib mo ko. Maraming ventriloquists, maraming puppeteers na they cannot, like Tito Wanlo, he can't make his own puppet. But you made your own puppet. It's another, parang ibang klaseng fulfillment yan eh. If you can make your own puppet and then afterwards perform with it, right?
Opo, kasi naman po, meron naman pong magtuturo. Kaya nung naturuan kami, ito, so pwede na po namin i-design. O kakaisa lang nga lang si Mr. A, pagod na nga siya. Minsan na-overuse na ako eh. Oh, di naman, nagpapahinga naman eh, di ba?
When did you make Mr. A? What year?
Ano po, ito lang pong pandemic po. Naalala ko po, nag-conceptualize po ito mga April ng 2019. Kasi po, nawalan po tayo ng di ba po, pinapa-stay tayo sa bahay, di ba? Katulad ngayon.
Okay.
Opo. So, nagkaroon po ng imbitasyon, naggagawa kami ng puppet. Kaya nagsimula akong gawin si Mr. A. Tapos, doon na po nagsimula. Nung nabuhay na siya, ayan, volunteer na kami sa mga bata, with the Baptist Church na sinalihan ko. Opo.
All right, that's so cool. Marina, so ang para lang alam nila no, for those who are interested in ventriloquism or puppetry in general, Rina made her own puppet and now now she's trying to learn more ideas about ventriloquism by joining IVS Philippines. Alam mo, ibang achievement talaga if you make your own puppet and then after that you perform using your own creation. And for that, palakpakan natin si Rina! All right, we'd like to say hello to James Marshall. Hello, everyone. Hello, James. James is the owner of Puppets, one of our stream partners. If you're interested, Rina, check out that. Check out the puppets from James Marshall from
Wow.
Thailand. Really, really
Wow.
cool puppet. Yeah, I have one, but it's on its way. As soon as it arrives here in Manila, I'll show you the one of the really nice puppets from James Marshall. All right, Rina. Now let's talk about your inspiration in ventriloquism. Who inspired you? Like maybe foreign ventriloquists, like Edgar Bergen, Jeff Dunham, Terry Fator, Darcy Lynn. Anyone? Did anybody inspired you?
Terry Feeder! Sobrang entertainment to the max. He's number one because he can do a lot of voices. He can do Michael Jackson. He can do Beat It, Beat It. So, sobrang iba-ibang talento. So, kaya niya si Paul Anka, kaya niya yung boses babae. Wow, gender fluid siya. Parang kami, gusto namin maging gender fluid, babae, lalaki. So, when I saw him, I said, I wanna be, well, sabi ko nga if I can do it, like, gusto ko na talagang magsimula. That's why it's a blessing that we have international ventriloquism here in the Philippines. Mabuhay!
That's right. And Terry Fator, the one who
Mhm.
inspired you, according to you, is a member of IBS. That's right.
Wow! Rubbing
Yes.
elbows na tayo. Social!
Oo. And Rina, Rina, Rina and Mr. A, speaking of IVS Philippines and IVS USA, We'll just show them this poster for a second. Ayan. We are doing a special event. It's called the Philippines and USA Event featuring four American ventriloquists and four Filipino ventriloquists from IVS and IVS Philippines. It's going to be live streamed on January 30, 2022, Sunday, 7 p.m. Philippine time. It's going to be live on Facebook, on the IVS Philippines Facebook page, on YouTube, and on Kumu. All right. So please do watch out for this very, very special show coming up soon. All right. Okay. Now, Miss Rina, sabi mo na-inspire ka ni Terry Fator. Do you also sing?
Ah, alam niyo gusto ko pang maging diva kaya lang talagang hindi puwede. Pero pa kasi Mr. A talagang all effort, nagdi-diva-diva na siya. Kunwari lang. Parang meron lang kaming feeling of grandeur, pero entertaining lang. Mm, mm.
Hey, Rina, James Marshall, the owner of Puppets, a really amazing puppets, is asking, who is your beautiful guest? All right. James
Wow.
is Australian. He's an Australian national. He's also an educator, by the way, and he is now based in Thailand. James, this is Miss Rina, one of the new members of the International Ventriloquist Society Philippines. And later, when we go back after the break, after the gap, Rina will show us a little sample with Mr. A. Rina, we'll take a short gap lang ha. Huwag ka aalis ha.
Yes, nandito lang kami.
All right, we'll see you in a bit, Mr. A and Rina. Don't leave. All right, we'll take a short gap, ladies and gentlemen. When we go back, we will have Miss Rina with Mr. A. Nako, sigurado matatawa. Kanina natawa ako dun sa anong similarity ng fart and ng poem. If you didn't see that, well, you have to watch the replay. Okay, we'll take a short gap. We'll be right back. Don't leave. All right, those are weekly live streams. Every Monday, we have Papetbahay with Nicolo. That's the show you're watching right now. Tuwing Lunes po to, 5:30 p.m. live on Facebook, YouTube, and on Kumu. Speaking of Kumu, Jigs Cabales, thank you very much for following us. On Wednesdays, we have mga kwento ni Lola Osna featuring Lola Osna and her guests. Iba-iba kung sino-sino bisita ni Lola Osna. People from all walks of life. And every Sunday, we have maybe the old songs where we sing really, really old songs. And we restream it every Thursday. Before we bring back Miss Rina and Mr. A, we'd like to thank our friends from Pastorific. Basta Pasta, Pastorific. Ito po yung mga ready-made sauce na idadagdag na lang nyo sa noodles, alright? You can order it through Shopee or Lazada. Again, that's Pastorific, Basta Pasta, Pastorific. Home Care PH, if you have questions about COVID, prevention or cure, get in touch with Mr. Joey Duque from Home Care PH. Axtel Expressions, makers of really, really nice latex puppets. Axel Expressions based in LA in California. And owned by our very good friend Steve Axtell. Check out their website, axtelexpressions.com. All right. And of course, our good friend James Marshall's puppets, big collectible full body puppets, really really cute puppets. Mine is arriving soon, and as soon as my puppet arrive, I will show it to the stream. Okay, visit their website at puppets.net. Okay, that's puppets.net. We'd like to thank our friends from Service Bay Car Care Center, Sir Romulo Peralta. Kung may problema po kayo sa sasakyan nyo, dalhin nyo na po kay Sir Romper sa Service Bay Car Care Center, located along Sumulong Highway in Antipolo City, very near Central Mall. Monster Milkshakes and Ice Cream, makers of the first ever ice cream pie in the Philippines. Meron din silang business plan kung gusto niyo maging retailer or reseller. Get in touch with our friends from Monster Milkshakes and Ice Cream. You can also order through Shopee or Lazada. Rodel Puppet Productions, RPP. Si Kuya Rodel Salak naman po, siya naman po tumulong sa amin ni Tito Wanlu para makapagpadala tayo ng puppet sa Malaysia Puppet Museum. Kasi napansin namin, ang laki-laki ng museum, puppet museum pa, tapos wala kahit isang puppet na galing Pilipinas. So, Rodel Puppet Productions sponsored two puppets on their way to the Puppet Museum in Malaysia. Last but not the least, Yusana Independent Associate Global, Miss Marilu Martires. Ay nako, lalo na ngayon, pandemic, kailangan natin mga vitamin C, vitamin D, mga ganon, kailangan natin yan. So get in touch with our friend from USANA, Miss Mary Lou Martinez. Of course, we'd like to thank Tito Wanlu. If you have an event or a party coming up, get in touch with Tito Wanlu and please try his virtual puppet and magic show. Check this out.
Don't forget, wazoo wazoo. So everybody wiggle your fingers and say wazoo wazoo. And three, and the game turns into a couple of hankies. Oh, wait a minute. I think the magic is working. Can you see the mask? So I'd like to move it closer to the cap. Oh no! I have the magician's magic hat. Let's see what happened to the magician. Oh no! Say hello louder. Hello louder. Nicolo, it's just a sketch. It cannot possibly move.
It's moving!
What's moving?
The painting of
Oh, you don't... Hello. He's alive.
talking.
Say hello to the birthday girl. Hello, Nosha. Happy birthday.
You got the hand in me. You got the hand in me.
All right, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the puppet show and the magic show. Happy birthday, Nosha. Thank you very much for inviting me. Now
All right, that's Tito Wanlu's Puppet and Magic Show virtual show. Of course, we'd like to thank our special guest for today, Miss Rina Tiangco. She is an educator, a storyteller, a painter, and a ventriloquist. She will be back in a minute to show us a little sample of her ventriloquism with her own creation. That's right, she created her own puppet, Mr. A. We'll see that in a little while. On Wednesday, Lola Osna's guest will be Mr. Joey Duque. That will be this Wednesday, January 12, 5:30 p.m. live on Facebook, YouTube, and Kumu. Again, Joey Duque is an emergency response and health advocate. That's right. Okay, naku, kailangan natin 'to ngayon. Paano ang gagawin natin kung may symptoms tayo ng COVID? Tito Joey Duque will teach us what to do, all right? And last but not the least, before we bring back Miss Rina, again, we'd like to remind you we are having the Philippines USA event featuring the ventriloquist from the International Ventriloquist Society USA and the Philippines. Four American ventriloquists and four Filipino ventriloquists. It's hosted by Tito Wanlu. This will be on January 30, 2022, Sunday, 7 p.m. Philippine time. It's going to be live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, and on Kumu. All right, if you want to help us, this is our GCash number 0921-548-3090. All right, I think we're ready. Let's welcome back to the stream, Rina. Yay!
Woo!
All right, Rina, are you ready to show everyone Mr. A? Go ahead, Rina and Mr. A.
Yes, alam niyo mga kaibigan, I lived in Japan a few years. So in my stay in Japan, I learned that in their culture, when they are sad, it's better not to show your sadness. So me and Mr. A would love to sing a song, and this is a Japanese song. I also teach basic Japanese, so check me out on Facebook, Rina Tiangco, okay, Tiangco, and you can just leave me a message. So, ang title ng kanta na to ay Uwe o Muite Aruko, alternately also known as Sukiyaki. And this was composed and sang by the crooner Kyu Sakamoto in the year 1961. And it became a bestseller that topped the US chart in that year, 1963, I believe. Pinanganak na ako nun. So, are you ready to sing, Mr. A? Kakanta tayo. Oh, kakanta tayo. Pero, Japanese. Kaya yung Japanese? Naman, tinuruan ako eh. Tinuruan kita. Ano kakatiin natin? Sukiyaki. Sukiyaki. So, para sa inyong lahat ito. Are we ready? Acapella ha? Acapella. Sa susunod, may music para level up. Okay, ready? Uwe o ite aruko naida ga korenai yo ni oidasu haru no hi hitori ochi no yoru. So it means that, sometimes when we are by ourselves and we look up, ue omute, aruko, we walk, and we see at night, and our tears are about to fall. Don't let it fall. Why? Don't let anybody see that your tears are falling. It's a very Japanese song. Kanashimi ga sora no ue ni shiwase ga kumo no shita ni. Come on. Ue o ite aruko noiga korenai yo ni oidasu haru no hi hitori Wow, bonggang-bongga!
All right. Well done, Rina, and well done, Mr. A. Yay! That was well done. Wow. Okay. Nakakatuwa naman to si Mr. A. Rina, you gave Mr. A such a really, really lively character. Nakakatuwa.
Oo, nanganganak si Mr. A. Sa susunod, dalawa na, tatlo na kami. Oo, tapos apat-apat, ang dami palang gumagawa ng magagandang puppets eh. Diba?
Ay,
Oo
talaga.
nga. Nagkakaroon na ako ng
Wow.
kapatid. Magkakaroon na siya ng kapatid. Tapos
Yes.
mag-member pa kami ng IV. Oh, wow! Socialin
Yes.
International. Marami na tayo kikilala. Meron na tayo mga maraming friends. Oo, at saka
Oh,
activities.
Mr.
Mhm.
A, as soon as my puppet from Puppets arrive, I'll show it to you, Rina. Ha? You'll love it. Nakakatuwa yung puppet nila. I got the alien, and I'm sure you love the alien and all the other characters from Puppets as well. Pakita ko sa'yo pagdating, Miss Rina. Okay,
Yes.
Rina, before we end the show, I'd like to ask lang sana eh. You mentioned kasi that you are an educator. Uh, as an educator, how do you find puppetry in general, ventriloquism? Is it? Do you find it useful for teaching children?
Oh,
Children?
yes.
Oh yeah, good. Tell us about it, please.
It's a different realm because right now we need a lot of imagination and we need to put more life and colors to children's education, and one of it is through ventriloquism. Maybe someday they can also be inspired to be one, because I feel that it reaches out. Like, we have Bible stories, we have stories that we want to give animation, and certainly with our puppets, they can go a long way. And it's not only that, it gives us joy, Mr. A, joy, and it gives me joy to see the laughter in children. And that's what it is. When we share our talent, that's what God wants us to do, is to discover a lot of what we can do, especially like at this time of pandemic. There are so many things that we didn't realize that we can do, and it's never too late to learn something new. And that, to me, is what this is all about. It's rediscovering yourself. It's something refreshing. It's not just, when you read a book and that's about it, but you give life to it. You kind of put the voices, and you can play with it. And sometimes we forget to be kids, we forget to be a child. We have so many rules, and in Japan there are so many rules. In the Philippines, well, sad to say, rules are mostly broken, but we can still straighten that up. And our puppets can be a means of encouraging our kids to learn, especially with the Zoom meetings that we have. It's boring, I tell you. And there should be some kind of life that we could bring to the kids with puppets. And even the kids, they can do this, they can become ventriloquist, and it's something that they can be busy about. That's the important thing, is always to start learning, doing new things.
All
Diba?
right. Very well said, Rina. Okay, my last question, however. Kala mo last na yun, ah. Hindi, may last question pa
Pang
ako, Rina.
beauty queen, ha? Pang beauty queen. Oh, sige.
Oo nga, eh. Siyempre, my last question is about IBS Philippines. Because for those of you who want to see more of Rina and Mr. A, both Rina and Mr. A will be joining us, or the host of Tapon Tinig, this coming Friday at 5:30 p.m. again, live on Facebook, YouTube, and Kumu. And Miss Rina will be with four other new members of IBS Philippines. So don't miss that episode of Tapon Tinig. And speaking of IBS Philippines, what do you expect from the group, Arena?
Well, I expect dynamism, because in the group there are people who are good in magic. There are people who are young, pretty young, and there are people who gives a lot of different talents. Meron nga tayo eh, nagulat nga ako eh, si Duterte talaga eh, di ba? So, marami po tayong matututunan. It's gonna be a uh, a salad na 'pag kinain mo sobrang nutritious. Ayan po, meron diyan na, saging, 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 papaya, papaya, mangga, 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 fruit salad, fruit salad. Oh, para tayong mga fruit salad na magshi-share ng
Galing.
ibang, mga dynamics. Yes.
All right, that's so cool. Okay, Rina, bigla ko lang naisip when you were singing, ano, naisip ko lang, is there any memorable moment that you were using a puppet in front of children? that you can't forget? You know, yung parang na-touch ka because some kids reacted kind of different when they saw the puppet. Is there any such moment?
Yeah, when maraming kids noon and we were doing a verse from the Bible, and I thought, oh wow, I never imagined doing this because I'm never into Bible reading. And when I was in Japan, I um, I didn't go to mass. It was only when I came back to the Philippines that I started becoming a Catholic again, a Christian again, and it wasn't that the kids cried. No, it was actually me internally. Internally, I said, "Oh God, why am I doing this?" So that to me is a gift, being back and being able to serve in the Philippines because the time that I was in Japan, I was teaching Japanese kids, corporate, high school. So now I feel that it's time to give back. God has blessed me in so many ways. So I want to give back.
All
Yes.
right. Okay. And it's so nice to know that you're using puppetry, ventriloquism to serve the Lord by performing for children. That's so nice. And again, Rina, before we end the show, is there anything else you'd like to add? So people, please don't forget to promote your book again.
Yes, opo mga kaibigan, unang-una, eto po, The Color of Your Smile. So the poems are meditative. It's a Halloween experience. It talks about our experience in the pandemic, and yeah, it has different paintings of our identity and culture. So available on Amazon. At saka FB nyo lang po ako. Sa FB, Rina Tiangco, you can also ask for the book and also inquire about my basic Japanese. In fact, for PhilAms, meron bang mga PhilAms dito? I also teach Filipino. So, ayan po ang aking pinagkakaabalahan. It's online Filipino and online Japanese. Yes. Mhm.
All right, so that's the color of your smile. And if you want to learn Japanese, you can also get in touch with Miss Rina. And Miss Rina will see you again on Friday on Tapon Tinig. All right.
Yes, excited ako. I'll post it on my FB. Sobrang milyones sa mga kaibigan natin ang manunood.
Yay! Yan. All right. Thank you very much, Sharina. And Mr. A, it's so nice to meet you. And hopefully we'll meet you personally when this pandemic is over. Okay? We'll perform for children, Mr. A, all right? All right. Thank you very much, Rina. And again, welcome to IVS Philippines. And we are so excited to have you. We are so excited to teach you. And at the same time, we are so excited to learn from you, Rina.
Salamat po. Salamat. Oh, ginagaya mo
Salamat,
ako?
Rina.
Salamat. Mm.
Thank you, Rina. And thank you, Mr. A. Bye.
Bye! Minasan, bye-bye! Minasan, arigatou gozaimashita. Mata
Arigato. Sayonara. Sayonara.
Bye-bye!
Sayonara. Bye-bye. All right, that was Miss Rina Tiangco with Mr. A. Can you believe it? Ginawa niya lang yung si Mr. A siya gumawa nun. How talented. Tapos, she can sing, she can paint, she's a teacher. Ano pa? And now she's learning ventriloquism. Wow, wow, so talented. All right. And again, we are so happy and excited to have her as a new member of the International Ventriloquist Society Philippines. Sabi ni Efren Tugdang, hello Miss Rina and Nicolo. Hello Efren. Efren is one of the new members then of IVS Philippines. Thank you for watching.
Ikaw, Wanlo,
Ano
ha?
ko? Lagot. Sino to?
Matagal na kitang pinamamanmanan.
Nako, Tito Juan, lagot.
Pura ka papit ng papit. Magtrabaho ka naman para makatulong ka sa ating ekonomiya.
Nako, Tito Juan, narinig mo. Lagot ka. Magtrabaho ka daw para makatulong ka sa ekonomiya. All right, that's all the time we have for all of you this afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us. And again, we'd like to remind you. Oh, teka muna. Hello to our friends on Kumu. It's me, Alan. Magbaksak naman kay Jan. Kanina pa kami dito. Mag-isang oras na. All right. And if you want to help us on Facebook, all you have to do is to please send stars. Yan. Please send stars so you can help our stream. All right. Okay, everyone. Again, on behalf of our special guest, Miss Rina Tiangco, thank you very much for joining us. Lagi po naming pinapaalala sa inyo, huwag mong sikaping maging mabuti ka sa paningin ng iba. Ang sikapin mo, maging mabuti ka sa paningin ng Diyos. Yan po, message from Kuya Daniel Rason. Alright, goodbye. Oy, teka muna, bago ko makalimutan. Teka, saan na ba yun, Tito Anlo? Hindi lagay mo. Ay, hindi mo nilagay eh. Mamaya po, 7 p.m., mag-umpisa na po ang aming mass indoctrination. Please join us, alright? Okay, goodbye everyone.
Thank you, Rina, for joining. Thank you, Rina, for being on the show.
Thank you, Rina. Yeah.
Baby, if you've ever wondered whatever became of me. I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. Got kind of tired of packing and unpacking, town to town, up and down the dial. Maybe you and me were never meant to be. Just maybe think of me once in a while. Heading up that highway, leaving you behind. Hardest thing I ever had to do. Broke my heart in two, but baby, pay no mind. The price for finding me was losing you. Memories help me hide my lonesome feeling, far away from you and feeling low. It's getting late, my friend, my love, I miss you so. Take good care of you, I've gotta go.